Alright, so we're going to talk about Black Panther, do a quick review, talk about the post-credit scenes a little bit. Spoiler alert, in case you haven't seen the movie yet, we're going to be discussing a few different things, so here's your time to get away. 3,
You have been warned.
2, 1. Alright. Okay, so, initial thoughts on the movie. I think it was really good.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty good. All of the casting, all of the actors did really, really good jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Like Chadwick Boseman, I mean, I don't see anyone else who could be the Black Panther. He did great. But I think some of it too, like Andy Serkis was
my
crazy.
personal favorite character in the entire movie.
He was just like insane, and he did such a great job too. But I think I really liked, surprised me a little bit, is like Shuri. I really liked Shuri, Black Panther's sister. I thought she did a really good job too. I'd like to see her more, and like maybe she joins the Avengers. I don't know. But yeah. First thoughts?
I thought the movie was fantastic. I didn't know what to expect going in because I felt like it was going to be very different than a lot of the other movies we have seen recently. I felt like a lot of the Marvel movies we have seen recently have tried to go the way of Guardians of the Galaxy because it was so successful. Like Thor Ragnarok was so very Guardians of the Galaxy-esque.
Yeah, it was.
So I didn't want this one to do that, and it didn't. And I think a lot of it goes to what you said. The cast was they did a great job of casting the movie because Boseman, Serkis, of course Mark Freeman, but a lot of the other main characters in the movie, you don't know a lot of them. They're not as mainstream as some of the other Marvel actors have been in recent times. So I think it shows that they weren't relying on a well-known cast to carry a blockbuster movie. They found cast that fit what was going on. Talented cast members, talented actors and actresses, and he did a great job with the movie. And like I said when you were talking, the Andy Serkis' character Ulysses Claw was my favorite character in the movie because he's a nut, and he showed everybody knows him as the motion capture king, and he does the motion capture for all these huge characters in cinema history. That he can do more than just that. It shows that he's a legitimate actor too, and I loved his portrayal of his character in the movie. That I wish he wouldn't have died because we would have seen him hopefully in future movies to come. Yeah. But I understand why he was killed.
Same with Michael B. Jordan, man.
Right?
He did a great job too.
I did not have high hopes for him in this movie personally. Some of his other work I've seen in the past, I wasn't that impressed with. Of course, a lot of people like the boxing movie he's in.
Creed, yeah.
Yeah, they said he did a good job with that one. Haven't seen it.
He's kind of been hit or miss with his choosing of roles.
Sure, that could be a very good part of it. But I thought he did a very good job playing his role. Like you said last night when we went and saw it together, that he's designed to be like this punk that's kind of gone over the board. He's had the tough childhood issues.
Over the edge, and you can see, but you can like relate.
Yeah.
The way he, like I think one of the best scenes that he displays the character is when he drinks the purple herb thing.
Yeah.
And he goes to like the astral plane and everything, and it's like him and his dad.
Yeah.
And like that scene where he's like a kid again, like, and then it shows him like kind of switch back from kid to being an adult, and like they're both kind of crying, and it's just he says that thing where he's like, death is normal or whatever. Yeah. So you just you can kind of understand where he's coming from because his whole life he's building up, killing and like joining the Black Ops and everything, and he basically turns his whole life into this game of death so that he can kill T'Challa. Yeah. Like his whole life is dedicated to that. So you see where he kind of goes over the edge, but why he's doing it, and just his twisted worldview, but it's relatable because you can kind of see where he's coming from to a point.
Sure.
But I think he conveys that really well.
Yeah.
But yeah, keep going. I didn't want to cut you off.
Oh, no, you're fine. But I think the scenes, even like the combat scenes were great. They really put the theme of what the movie was supposed to be, set in Africa, set in Wakanda. The rhinos, what'd you call them last night?
The Vibrhinos.
The Vibrhinos.
Have to.
Have to.
It's too good. It's too good to pass up.
Said that in my ear last night. I was trying not to bust out laughing in the middle of the theater. It was great. Made me so happy when he said that. I thought that was a nice touch to add on to the end. Mm-hmm. And individual favorite scene in the entire movie when the girl throws the spear through the car and it sticks in the ground in front of the car and the car just goes full stop right in front, and she just gonna blow up her car, and she
and
sticks
just kind of like slide.
She sticks that spear in like the hood's like slides through it, and then here comes the other girl just behind the wheel.
Yeah, they had a few like little comedy things in there too, like with that, and then like the sneakers.
Yeah,
call them sneakers.
That was great.
And she's like, "What are those?
What are those?"
Yeah, so it's like some of that, and that's I thought they were just overall.
Yeah, overall was very, very, very pleased.
That's what I was saying too to you guys last night was they kind of were saying that they wanted this to be like the James Bond of superhero movies,
sure.
And there were definitely some big nods to that, like the casino,
the casino and the car chase, man.
Like some big nods to that. But even like his character, he's kind of just like that suave,
more stoic kind of character.
Yeah, and he can just, and with his money and like reputation and just being the king of a country, he can pretty much go wherever he wants.
Yeah,
and do he's got all the resources, and also the nod too. Even like with Shuri, she's kind of like the Q.
Yeah,
she's got all the gadgets. I was thinking that while I was like, she's like, here's your gadgets and stuff, giving him his the speaker voice communicator things or whatever and everything. But it was overall just great. Again, great performances from everybody.
Yeah, 2 thumbs way up.
Good stuff. For the post credits, the first thing, and here's one thing that's I think kind of important. With the post credits, they kind of have the conference at the UN where they're like, what is Wakanda going to bring to the world?
What can a country full of farmers give to us?
Exactly, because they're like, first world countries, and they think it's this third world country, and he's kind of smiles and laughs. But it shows, too, there, Martin Freeman's character, which was, what's his name, Agent Ross?
Ross, yeah.
And some people are saying, like, he could have just not been in the movie at all. And I mean, to an extent, you can kind of understand why.
Sure.
They could have just written him out. But with this scene and with Infinity War coming up, this actually gives a really good reason why he was in the movie, is because he's the outsider looking in on Wakanda,
right.
And also he has ties to the UN.
Right.
So with that, in the post-credit scene, you're kind of bringing Martin Freeman in his character, Agent Ross. He's experienced everything, and he can help be kind of like the bridge between Wakanda and the rest of the world because he's experienced it, and he's a high-level agent. Yeah. So that's kind of why I think they had him in the movie. And also to ties to Civil War, because he was in that, very small part, but... just to kind of tie everything together. Yeah. The second scene was with Bucky, which we know was taken there after Civil War, and there was a couple little Easter eggs that I don't know that you know about. That
Probably
I
not.
Out.
You're on top of this stuff more than I am.
Yeah, so they call him like White Wolf, which is actually a character in the Black Panther series. Which in the comics, White Wolf was kind of like an Iron Fist kind of thing, where he was like a family that crashed in Wakanda, and like the parents died. T'Chaka adopts the kid as his own, so they kind of train him, and they're like adoptive brothers.
Gotcha. So
with the White Wolf thing, and he actually becomes like the head of this special ops force of Wakanda, and he gets called White Wolf. So the fact that they're kind of maybe giving that to Bucky, and also with Bucky, he was taken there to like rewire his brain because he was brainwashed and everything. So it seems like he's kind of good now with that, and then they're gonna make him a new arm, obviously, as well.
Because they can do
with
that.
With probably some fancy, maybe he'll get like a claw type thing.
I was gonna say, if he gets the U.S. claw gun out of his hand, would be silly.
I know like they show in the trailer his new vibranium arm, but sometimes like we saw even in the Thor Ragnarok trailer, they changed the CG because in the trailer he has both his spoiler. Spoiler for Thor Ragnarok. Yeah.
If you haven't seen that by now, it's your own fault.
I'll just they show it in the Avengers Infinity War trailer that he's got the eye patch.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So, but in the trailer originally for Ragnarok,
they CGI'd out the eye patch.
They showed both of his eyes.
Yeah.
So they might change a few things here and there. But yeah, I could see him becoming like brothers, like non-blood brothers, like really close friends with T'Challa, and he becomes like the head of Wakanda Special Forces.
Sure.
Just because of that small comment, there might be like a hint and nod to that in the future. So it could be interesting. Maybe he'll show up in Black Panther 2, which I'm sure they're going to make. Come on, they have to.
They're going to.
So that'll happen.
If nothing else for this right here, they're going to. Because why would you not?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. If you guys like what you see, please subscribe, hit the like button. Let us know what you think about everything in the comments. And we'll keep these coming if you guys like them. So just let us know.
Thanks, guys.